One major event in the Cold War was when China became communist. The roots of this event actually happened back in the 1920s. In April 1927, China was engaged in a civil war between the nationalists and the communists. The leaders were Mao Zedong for the Communist Party and Chiang Kai-shek for the Nationalist Party. Mao Zedong was also leader of the Red Army and controlled much of the north, while Kai-shek controlled much of the south. However, the civil war was interrupted by the Japanese invasion on July 7, 1937, and would last through the entire Second World War. Thus, enemies, the nationalists and the communists, came together to fight the Japanese. Since the United States was also fighting Japan, they gave $2 billion in aid to the nationalists. While the nationalists used some of the money against Japan, they later would use the rest against the communists. Also, the communists in the north had to fight the Japanese more than some of the nationalist regions. Yet, after the Japanese got defeated in 1945, the communists and the nationalists continued their civil war, which began again in 1946. That's when the nationalists used the rest of the money against the communists. But the Soviet Union was allies with the communist side. The nationalists did very little to gain support, and some of their soldiers started going into the Red Army who promised land. They also started losing battles. Unlike the nationalists, the communists were gaining land and had a strong army. Once it was clear the nationalists had lost, they fled to Taiwan. In Taiwan, they made a nationalist government with the help of the United States. They called the new government the Republic of China. Since the nationalists left China's mainland, the communists took over and made it into a communist country. They called it the People's Republic of China. Therefore, China was split into two nations, the nationalists in Taiwan and the communists in China's mainland. The Civil War was over by May 1915. Mao then took control of the country. China also signed a treaty with the Soviets. The Soviets gave financial, military, and technical aid to the People's Republic of China. They promised to come to each other in defense if either were attacked. Yet, this was not the only war in Asia.